Hi, I just saw Morbius, everyone's favorite comic book movie at the moment. It's getting high review scores, people are praising it all over Twitter, and I'm totally talking out of my ass. Yeah, I saw Morbius this past weekend, and yeah, it was pretty bad. But it wasn't as bad as I was led to believe from Twitter and the movie critics out there. Honestly, at worst, I'd say this movie is just really generic and boring. Morbius is Sony's most recent attempt, well, I guess, installment in their cinematic universe. We had 2018's Venom, and we had 2021's Let There Be Carnage, which are movies that I honestly really enjoyed. They aren't great either by any means, but I thought they were entertaining enough. But for this movie, yeah, I don't understand why this was even made. It commits the biggest sin for any type of comic book film, and that is to be just really, really bland and not even worth watching. It stars Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius. Jared Leto is an actor who hasn't really had the best track record with these type of comic book films.
I don't want no beef.
You want no beef? You don't want no beef? You don't want no beef?
No, Jared, I don't think I want any beef. Spending all of his life suffering from a rare blood disease, Michael Morbius attempts to develop a cure by combining the genes of a vampire bat with his own. This doesn't end well, which results in him becoming a vampire. He spends most of the movie trying to get accustomed to his new abilities, while also trying to fight the urge of drinking real blood. He also has a childhood friend who's suffering from the same condition, played by Matt Smith from Doctor Who. He discovers the vampire serum that Michael created and takes it for himself, which leads to him becoming the villain of the movie and doing all the bad shit that you would imagine vampires do. Yeah, this plot really didn't do much for me, but I thought that the action scenes would at least make up for it, and they didn't. For whatever reason, it seems like every movie in the Sony cinematic universe so far has this weird obsession with having every action set piece take place at nighttime with crazy amounts of CGI, and then they use this slow motion effect that is honestly really jarring, and I didn't like it in Venom, and I really don't like it here. I do want to take a second to talk about some of the false advertisement used for the movie. In the first trailer, we saw a poster of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with the word murderer written over it. A lot of people theorized that this would come into play in the movie. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. Even the director of the film, Daniel Espinosa, has come out and said in interviews that he had no idea that this was even included. I understand that trailers are done by different departments, but for the director of your movie to be completely blindsided by the content of the trailer, that is honestly really ridiculous to me. And then apparently the cop character played by Tyrese was meant to have a bigger role in the story, and all of his scenes were pretty much cut for the most part. And then in another trailer we had a scene with Michael Morbius and Vulture played by Michael Keaton, which wasn't in the film at all. So instead of trying to do something unique with a vampire story, they had to rely on misdirection in order to get people to see this movie, and that's really scummy to me. So yeah, I don't think that this movie is the worst thing I've ever seen, because it isn't. I don't think it's great by any means. It's honestly really boring and bland. I don't have any intention of ever watching this again. I wouldn't even recommend a person watch it, you know. Even the after credits scene with Michael Keaton's Vulture isn't really worth it. I think I walked out after the first one. So I don't really do review scores or anything, so I guess if you can get a free ticket, sure, go ahead, why not, but I wouldn't pay for this, and you shouldn't either. I hope you guys got some type of enjoyment out of this. If not, then that's fine too. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Whoa, look at me, I'm in a Sony movie. Oh, wow, you can hardly see me. Ah.